Ooh, I look good. Hello crafties, welcome to my channel. My name is Infiniti. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I hope you guys will stick around and subscribe. I post tutorials every Sunday, Wednesday, and Tuesday now. How that picked up. Anyway, and I do occasional podcasts or vodcasts, whichever you prefer to call them, on my channel. So yeah, you stumbled across one of such things. I am doing a podcast today. For those of you returning, thank you again. There are over 500 of you, and I can't believe it. It's really amazing. But anyway, okay, we're gonna get comfortable here and get into this podcast. So, I have several talking points today. I also happened to go to Michael's today. It's funny how whenever I plan to record, I end up going to a craft store and shopping. I gotta stop that. Anyway, also throughout the podcast, I will be working. I am actually stuck with, let me see, I have 2 commissions ongoing right now that I'm working on. One of them's completed, and then I'm working on projects for my Etsy shop. So if you watched one of my previous little vloggy thingies, I think it was the New Year's Eve vlog that I did, I mentioned that, I was going to be able to start shipping this year, so that's going to be fun. I want to try doing some experimental things for Valentine's Day. If you guys have been around for a minute, you know that I like to do these heart blankets. And so this is one of the older ones that I have that I enjoyed doing. And then I am working on a different one with a different shade of pink right now. It is a pattern of my own, yes, because I've been designing for quite a while. It took me a while to actually start writing my patterns down. So a lot of my older things, like I have sketches of them, but for like the patterning, it's in my head and I gotta put them down on paper. So I'm working on that in between all this recording. Actually, let me see, today is the 3rd. Today is the 3rd. So I have a lot of recording to do. Like, I already have all of January's crochet tutorials done, but I need to do my knitting tutorials, and I need to do my other tutorials that are going to start posting on Tuesdays. I'm not going to spoil that yet. Yeah, I'm not going to go there yet. So, I'm going to be sitting here working on this while I'm talking to you guys, and I might look down even more so to see my handy dandy notebook, because I always have to write down my talking points, because otherwise, you guys know, I'll get off track and start talking into who knows where. So I figure it is a new year, why not, I don't know, talk a little bit about myself? Because, like, I realize not all 500 of you have been around since the start of the channel, so it's like, who is this mystery girl? And I know I have the welcome channel thing up for new subscribers, but I realize probably not everybody watches that either. I actually haven't checked the views on that, and my phone is way over there. So yeah, no, I'm down here now, and I'm ready to get working. So let's see. Little background on me. How far should I go? Well, right now I am an art education major / graduate. So I got my associate's degree back in the summer of 2019. And I got it in art education. Woo! So art teacher. I don't know if you guys could tell or not, but I'm kind of artsy, Anyway, so I did that. That's recent background. I've been doing artwork and like drawing and doodling since I was like 3, and it's always been something that apparently I've liked to do. My mom tells me about how I took her like bright red lipstick and drew all over her white walls when I was like 2. And she will not forgive or forget that. So I have forever been a visual person. A lot of times when I take pictures, I know I have like my earbuds in. I'm very like in tune with music, so that's a thing. It helps me concentrate sometimes. It helps me just kind of vibe and get stuff done, especially if I'm in my feelings, which I tend to be when I'm creating artwork. That's just one of those moody artist things that I just had off the bat. I've always been an emotional creator, which is fine most of the time. Unless you're not feeling anything, then you can't create art. So anyway, long story. I haven't created any art over this winter break. I should have. My professor told me to. I did not. Well, okay, wait, that's a lie. So you guys might notice the updated graphics. For those of you who have just subscribed, those graphics have not always been so glamorous. They're more streamlined and kind of, yeah. They're like starter graphics that I kept for over a year. And I'm like, you know what, this is going to be 2020, a new decade. Let me go in and make some new graphics. So I did that, and they're wonderful and I love them. The only thing that really kind of annoys me is the fact that YouTube is like, haha, we're gonna screw up your channel art. And no matter how many times I have resized and recreated that same banner, it just won't fit. It just won't fit. So like, you guys can probably see it. Where else have I posted? I kind of posted my artwork everywhere, so you'll probably be able to go on to other platforms and see some other rendition of that. I might actually go in and post the art on my blog, which if you guys don't follow my blog already, it's down in my description, like always down in my description. I know I don't always mention it, but it's there. I blog. Sometimes I post my free patterns there. I post updates that I might not feel like recording. Some of you guys don't always have time to sit down and watch my videos, but you'd rather read something, so I have that there. I usually update that about once a month, maybe twice a month if I'm feeling plucky, but I fall in love with recording. It's like, you know, I don't know, I'm in my own space. I can sit here and I can just look at this camera and talk to it like it's a person, and yeah, that's great. But I enjoy writing my blogs because it keeps my writing skills kind of sort of sharp. I'm so dreading taking these writing classes. I like to write, but I don't like to write for a grade, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, background, like I said, been drawing since I was really little. Music is life. I was a clarinet player in my 8th grade band, first chair. I miss fiddling with my clarinet, so I think I've been actually considering this for like the past several months, but I'm thinking about digging that bad boy out and fiddling with it again. I would really love to make my intro music with my clarinet. I think that would be super fun. It's a little extra work, but I would only have to record it once and can use it forever, so that would be something that I would take on, I don't know, maybe later in the year, maybe in June when I take my break. Yeah, June. Okay. Let's see, what else? Let's see. This is going to be a really weird podcast because I don't have my thoughts together. I'm just kind of getting over being a little, not under the weather, but I wasn't feeling too hot for the last couple days, and like now I'm feeling mildly okay, and now my head wants to hurt, but it's okay. I am happy nothing can rain on my parade. So, let's see, clarinet player. Oh yeah, so a lot of my memories, it was pointed out to me, a lot of my memories, they like start back from the 8th grade. I didn't get a chance to go to high school, so you know, being at home all 4 years and stuff like that, you know, it made me into a shyer person. Made me into a really shy person. Like, I was really shy before that tragedy, but 4 years being at home and just like being around family all the time and like not really having friends and stuff like that, it was something I dealt with as well. Yeah, I was shy by the time I decided to get my high school equivalency, but I did so, and that was really amazing in itself because the Lord helped me to get the highest score in my testing region, and that got me a scholarship. And then I started going to my community college, which, oh my gosh, it took me, 3 years to get my associates, which is cool. I wasn't rushing it. I wanted to take my time and enjoy myself. I was going full time the whole time I was going, but it took me 3 years. So I graduated last summer. I've been a student leader for, wow, you know what, at the end of January it'll be 3 years. So I've been a student leader, peer mentor kind of thing. I volunteered for adult education for like 3 years, and I tutored math. So Yeah, I don't know. I was always an academics kind of girl, and it just stuck. And I like to help people, so I also wanted to put into application what I was learning in class. So I'm like, you know what? Let me help people by teaching. So that's what I did, and I helped the facilities facilitator, head teacher, for a while there until August when the site shut down. So like that was really great experience. I enjoyed that very much. So I got to learn a lot about people and dynamics of adult learning and things that I otherwise wouldn't have gotten. Anyway, let's see, let's see, let's see. I graduated with honors. I don't know. What do you guys want to know about me? I don't know. I could ramble on and on forever, but one point that I did really want to get to today, and I guess I could be working while I'm talking. So I'm a part of a lot of crochet groups across different social media. I follow a lot of tags, blah, 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 blah. Well, one in specific, Miss Kim from Classy Kim's crochet group over on Facebook, she created this tag for YouTubers, and I think it's a really good idea. So like she wanted to create this subscribership tag. That's a long word. Subscribership tag. Basically, kind of unite the crafty community, because there's a lot of us that either we sell stuff, we make stuff for charity. We're trying to, I don't know, just build a brand in general, and this is a way to kind of share each other's things and kind of get each other to support one another, because like I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I feel like a lot of times people look at handmade stuff and they feel like, it's it's a really underappreciated field of work. So like people more so see it as a hobby or a pastime. They don't really see it as, yeah, you can make a career out of this. I'm like, well, you guys support all these designer brands that do stuff by machine, but what about like the back to black kind of, working with your hands and making something wonderful for the world to enjoy? It's super unique. Nobody else is going to be wearing what you're wearing unless you're mass producing things like hats. But it's like, come on, guys. So basically a way to support each other. So I am reaching out to my subscribers as well for this sort of challenge. So basically down in the comment section below, you can put your name, like your actual name. So, not your brand name. Like my name is Infiniti W. So I would have my name, then my business name, which is Infiniti Crafting, and then following that you can put any kind of site links, what you do, if you have a YouTube channel, what your YouTube channel is about, what you specialize in, etc., etc. Basically telling the community a little bit about yourself. And the whole idea is for this whole tag to be created, and anytime it's searched up, or something like some keywords are entered into the search bar, these videos come up, and then there's a whole block of discovery to be had there. So I think that's a really good idea, and I really enjoy the interconnectedness for the arts and crafts community. Love it, totally on board with it. So I implore you guys to go ahead, drop me some comments down below. I love following other craft channels and just building that level of support. Yes, I talk forever. So what else has been going on? What else has been going on? What else did I want to talk about? Oh, okay. Where you can find me. So you can find me on a number of platforms. Of course, I did participate in this subscribership tag. You guys know here on the channel, I'm always here doing something fun and full of education. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Reddit, which is actually, here lately, is actually where I've been getting a lot of my like Q&A type things. So I'm starting to kind of, if I think about it, kind of remember stuff to put in my tutorials. Like, oh my gosh, I don't remember her username, but on Reddit, this lady was like, hey, this is a really useful tutorial. What do you think about using this stitch on a specific project? How much stretch does it have? How pliable is it? And stuff like that. So that's something I'm looking forward into incorporating into my stitch tutorials for crochet and knitting, just to give you guys an idea on that, because like off the bat I just don't think about that. And I know it's like I should, but I just don't. So that's cool, and I've been really enjoying that feedback that I've been getting from Reddit. I'm also trying to build my Instagram. I almost have as many followers as I do follow people, so that's pretty cool. I don't know. I think by the end of 2020, I want to get to like 1,000 followers on Instagram. I think that's a good goal. End of 2020, I think I also want to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That'll be fun too. Looking forward to that. So, I don't know. Fun chat time. So, like I said, I graduated last summer. Pick up my crochet hook. I graduated last summer, and that was super fun. I graduated with honors, and this past semester I also got into another honor society, which is going to be fun because it's going to help me with scholarships and stuff like that. I did apply to university again the other day. Not the other day, yesterday. Good Lord, where are these days going? The time is flying by. Oh, yeah, okay. So I applied for university. After, I don't know, after last, was it spring? After that disappointment, I don't know. I just applied somewhere else. I have heard a lot of good things. I got to tour this campus. I think I mentioned it several blogs ago. Like, I got to tour this campus, and at that point, I just fell in love with it. It was so, like, aesthetically beautiful, and then, like, I don't know, I go off of vibes a lot, so the vibes that I got out of the place were really great, and their art department had visited my school, my current school, for Portfolio Day, which is an event for artists, art students. They visited, they did an awesome presentation, and yeah, they have a really good program. So I'm looking forward to hearing back from them. They have like a 90% acceptance rate, and I'm like, okay, either this is lies or, this is too good to be true. I don't know which is which, but either way, I really look forward to embarking on that adventure. Oh man, it's gonna be great being a university girl. Let's see, what else did I do? You've heard me rant and rave about applying for my substitute certification slash licensure, whichever. They flip flop when naming that. But anyway, I went and got my fingerprints done, so that was exciting. I did that today, and right before I sat down to do this video, I'm like, oh my god, wait a minute. I was about to put my hair back in a head wrap. As you guys noticed, I dyed it. I just went all out. Dyed it the first time, tried to get this color. I got rose gold because chemicals hate me. Yeah, that picture's on Instagram. And I mean, it was a good look on me and all, but it wasn't the look that I wanted. So I did that like late October and slash early November because I wanted to do it in time for my birthday. So I did it over a long weekend. I came back and I like shocked everyone around me because they're like, oh my god, your hair's been black for the last 3 years. I'm like, yeah. And so that was funny. So I kept it and I kept it and I kept it. And by the time winter break came around, my pink was gone. I was just left with like blonde tips. So I bleached it. And I got it to the gold color that I posted. Did I post that? I think I put it on Instagram at one point, but in my stories. So that's actually not available to the public anymore. But yeah, I had to sit under bleach for 2 hours. Like, I bleached it, let it sit for the maximum time. It was still bronzy. I'm like, oh my god. So I washed it out, let it rest for like 20 minutes. Then I went back in with the bleach and I went ham on it. And it got to the white color. Well, not quite white. Like, the tips were definitely white. And that's definitely where it takes the most, I suppose. But yeah. So, recent development. Nothing edgy. Just, I missed my dyed hair, and since my hair healed and all that and it grew back out, I wanted to do this. So yeah, it's gonna need some touch-ups eventually, but I'm just gonna let it lie right now because I'm tired. I am tired. It took me 2 weeks to get this look, so I'm just gonna live with it. So let's see, what else. Yeah, like I said before, I'm building inventory for Etsy, so I have these these heart blankets right now. I have a bunch of scarves and hats in my basket over here underneath this monster blanket that I've been knitting for the last 7 months. I think. Has it been 7 months? No, I think it's been like 5. Close enough. But I've been working on this thick blanket because I like making them. I will probably put it up in my Etsy shop when I'm done because I don't have room for it. I always make these large scale pieces and I never have room for them, so what can I say? What can I say? I'm really looking forward to starting off my Etsy store. I have been wanting to start it off for a while. I mean, you guys know that I sell patterns, and if you don't know, I sell patterns that I design and copyright and everything, and I put them up for the world to consume, and I've had a few people to download. Like back when I was on Ravelry before they tried to censor the world, what am I trying to say? Oh, I had a few sales and a few downloads for some of my patterns, and then once I transitioned over to Etsy, I got a few sales from that. But I really look forward to the growth. I really need to redo my business cards now that I think about it. Did I bring my ink pen? I really should write that down, because if I don't write it down now, I'm not going to remember it. I don't know what it is lately, but it seems like I just forget more and more stuff. So I need to update my business cards. Yes, I do. There's just minor tweaks that I want to do to them, and I've actually, you know what, now that I think about it, I already went on the site to do my editing. I use Vistaprint because, you know, printing business cards is kind of expensive. I got tired of that cost, so I transitioned back into Vistaprint because, yeah, excellent. And I'm not disappointed with the business cards that I have now. I can't reach that, and I'm not gonna try. You guys have seen my cards, probably, maybe. If not, I'll do a different video a different day. But it basically has this whole logo on it, black and white. Y'all know my style. Y'all know my style. So, yeah, I need to do that. What else do I want to mention? Teespring. So my Teespring store is my merch shop, and I know I don't push this enough, but I like to sit up and come up with designs. They're usually kind of fun. Of course, as I evolve as an artist and as a business owner or entrepreneur, I try to branch out and change things up and make different designs. My latest design right now is zodiac signs as crafting hobbies. So, like, right now I have I can't talk words. Right now I have that's not the sentence, but I have Capricorn. I have Capricorns on my shirts right now because it's Capricorn season. The headline, the little tag, I guess the slogan is crafting is my zodiac sign, and it has the notions or supplies formed into the zodiac thing. So I'm looking forward to slowly releasing those things because I've been copywriting them and just it's been a whole thing, but I'm excited about it. And I think I'm going to I know I'm turning off the Capricorn one. I'm going to turn off these according to their season, turn them back on again as the season rolls in. So they're pretty exclusive, and if you miss that season, you're going to have to like wait till the next year to get them. So just a little hint, my Teespring store thingy my link is down in my description as well. Actually, every link that you could ever want from me is down in my description. So there is no confusion on that. I haven't done much crocheting since I've been sitting here. But yeah, I really want to start moving my merchandise as well. I know I've gifted a couple of things to friends. Kind of get myself out there, kind of get that free advertisement. I know it's like shameless plugging, but you know, is it really plugging? Is it really plugging? I don't know. Slide plugging, maybe. I don't know. But my friends love the designs on the front of the shirt, and they're like, "Oh, you have all your stuff on the back. That is so cool!" And so that really hyped me up, and I was happy that stuff made them happy. I feel like I can't talk this evening, and yeah, you know what? I haven't had to talk this much in a minute, so maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I can't wait until I am able to kind of set things up a little differently. I have a few things with my living situation that are about to change in the coming months, hopefully more than 1 month, but definitely at least a month away. I'll have some different things with my setup, and yeah, this right here, this background won't be my background anymore, so y'all are gonna have to get used to that. I'm looking forward to sitting in a chair doing my podcasts. That is what I'm looking forward to. Um, but yeah, that's going to be interesting. I also want to mention the giveaway. It's not too late to enter my giveaway. Right now there's like 3 of you. I haven't checked today, but so far there's like 3 of you that have entered my giveaway. I posted that, I think, on New Year's Eve as well. You have until the 10th to enter. And basically, I am going to be giving away, looking in reverse, I'm going to be giving away one of these in one of my various designs. Probably a rebranded one. Who knows? The future may tell. I'm giving away 2 mugs from my collections, and so I'm looking forward to doing that. So right now I have 3 people that are entered in. I really want more people so I can, like, I don't know, just have a bigger turnout. I think that'd be nice. So anyway, I'm gonna leave, probably put that video in a card right up here somewhere, and you guys can go over to that video, check that out, check out the terms and conditions. They're really simple, really easy, and I look forward to seeing who wins this giveaway. Whew. I guess this is a good time to start talking about why I started crafting. Yay! So, I am 22. I turned 22 in November last year. That was great. I have been crocheting since I was 17. I have been knitting since I was 19. Knitting was a nightmare for me to learn. Like, just know. Just know. It took me 2 years to finally have the patience and the calm to learn how to knit. It was so bad. It was so bad. But anyway, I knit with grace now. And I like knitting, actually, but I prefer crochet. I think it's because it's my first craft, but also because it's quicker. It's way quicker than knitting. But knitting is so rhythmic and therapeutic, like in a different way from crocheting. But anyway, the actual why. Why did I start crafting? Well, ever since I could remember, I had always said, like, hey, I want to learn how to knit. I want to learn how to knit. No. No. But I found crochet first. Somehow, I found crochet first. And I'm like, oh, I can do this. And also ever since I can remember, and apparently even when I was like younger, my mom says that I've always talked about owning my own business. And I'm like, oh, really? I thought this was something that I kind of just developed as I got into my teen years and adolescent years and all that. But no, it's been a lifelong passion apparently. So I was like, ooh, I saw this crocheting as something lucrative, and eventually I started getting like clientele and stuff, and that made me happy, and so I kept doing it and kept practicing at it. And I'd always gotten compliments on how well my craft, or how good my craft is with this. So, you know, I just kept going and kept going. And of course, later on, I was able to incorporate it into my teaching, which will be my career, and that's really fun too. So I look forward to continuing that. But basically, I don't know, like at first it was like just something fun to do, something that, you know, was like physically artistic, because at the time, again, I was at home for those 4 years, and I had like this really cheap $30 drawing tablet that you plug into the computer, and I bought it with my own money, so I was excited, and I got to do like little drawing commissions and stuff like that with it. But it wasn't the same as having a physical canvas and sketchbooks and stuff like that. So like crochet and knitting, I guess, was physical artwork for me that I could produce with these hands, and I loved that. So, you know, that's something I just really took to, and I've been doing it ever since. Mostly to just like relax and unwind, but also because your girl be broke sometimes and commissions are beautiful. And yeah, so, that's kind of why. And then like now I just like to share that sense of peace that crafting gives me with everybody else. And that's why I make tutorials. Aside from the snarky, I wasn't learning anything that semester, why not start a YouTube channel thing? Because, like, I don't know, I'd always thought it would be fun to do a class at, like, Michael's or Joann's or something, but never did I imagine I would consistently make YouTube videos for the world. That was not part of my initial plan, but hey, it worked out. It's working out. And I get to share my patterns and everything else with everybody, so that really just, I don't know, Cloud 9, man. Cloud 9. So that was cool. That's cool. And I want you guys to look at this because this is, I guess, spoiler alert, an upcoming tutorial. Y'all see these 3 rows? Y'all see these 3 rows of double crochets that I'm doing at one time? This blanket, I started it 2 days ago and it's almost done. Now, could I have done this if I was just doing it row by row? Yes, if I was bored and if my wrists were immortal and unsusceptible to pain. But that is not the case. And I was like, you know what? If I can crochet 2 rows at a time, can't I do 3? Can't I do 3? So I tried it out. And I'm like, hot darn. It worked. Lord. Um, so I have that recording done. I just need to edit it. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you guys, like if you guys do tutorials or anything like that, but editing sometimes kicks my butt. Like, sometimes I just get tired of editing and I'm just like, oh, and then I'll leave it to the last minute. Then I'm like, oh no. And then I have to scramble and upload things and it's just like, oh no. So I'm trying not to do that to myself this time. I have 3 or 4 videos that are ready to render that I popped into Adobe Media Encoder, so gonna work on that. You know what? I signed up for Adobe's like full like student suite like last year around Black Friday, right? And it was like $15.99 a month and you got the whole suite, the like tips of your fingers, and that's great because I use InDesign, I use Adobe Illustrator, I use Photoshop sometimes, I use Premiere Pro and Media Encoder. So that's 5 of those bad boys that I use. And then I also use the Acrobat, like, consistently. So on that list of things, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and Acrobat Reader are my top 3. And then I have InDesign because I use that to write my patterns instead of Publisher. I'm a student. It's hard. And then, like, after that year, I randomly got charged $30 from Adobe, and I'm like, hold up. I thought it was supposed to be $22.99. This hurts me. And so I went and checked it, and I'm like, oh, it was supposed to go to $30. I just forgot. So yeah, no, that kicked my butt. But it's well worth it. I would say if anybody in my audience does their own videos, it's definitely worth the price in my opinion, because like you got all the tools and once you learn them, you learn them, and they're so smooth. Now the only thing that I don't like is the fact that Premiere Pro, you try to render a video out of that bad boy and it will take until Jesus comes back for that video to render, and I'm like, Nani? I was like, why? Why? When it first did that to me, because like before I upgraded my computer, I had a Windows 7. It had like a terabyte of space, and I was good, or a terabyte and a half, something like that, and 8 gigabytes of RAM. So, it was kind of good. It was a good computer before I put her down. And once I upgrade, Adobe started doing that. Premiere Pro started doing that. Before I upgraded, and I'm just like, it should not take 4 hours for a 5-minute video to render. No, I was getting better results out of Movie Maker, and so it came to a point where I was like, do I just go back to using Movie Maker? Like, no, I was addicted to the quality that Adobe was giving me. So I figured out that Media Encoder You can pop your videos in there and it'll render it out in the format you need, and then you're good to go. That was great to know. So that's what I started using until I decided to upgrade my computer earlier last year. So now my computer, it's either 8 or 16 gigabytes of RAM, I forgot, and 2 terabytes of space. I also have 500 gigs of SSD. So I got space on my computer, and I also have a 1 terabyte external hard drive that where I keep my like tutorials and recordings and stuff. Um, Long story short, Premiere Pro does the same thing on this upgraded machine, and when I saw that, I was like, either I could cry about it or I can just keep using Media Encoder because this is not where it's at. So that's my one thing. That's the one pet peeve I have with Adobe. Why? Why do I have to use more than one program to render my content? But anyway, speaking of ranting, if you guys remember, I went to Hobby Lobby the end of last year, and I had like the not so greatest experience. And so I tweeted about it because, apparently in this day and age, that's how you get things done. You kindly and politely tweet about things. Well, I did that. And they were all like, "Oh, we're sorry you had this experience. Please reach out to our customer service so that we may further assist you." I went to their customer service. I did. I emailed them, and I was very professional and polite, as I typically am. And in the end, that email was like, "We notified the store's manager about the situation. We don't want anybody else to have the experience you had." And I'm like, and they're like, I don't know, basically, "We're happy to help you anytime," or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, okay, so it was one of the managers in the first place that was the offender in the situation. Why would you contact the store manager? Anyway, like, I don't know. I still have the yarn. You guys can see I still have the yarn that I bought from there, but I don't know that I would shop with them again, per se. Because, I mean, like, I don't know, you talking to the manager, just, like, that doesn't fix the problem. What if they're both like that? I mean, or, they're in agreement or have the same set of mind to treat certain groups of people a certain way. It's just, no. No. I see why people rant about Hobby Lobby. Probably not going back. I don't know. I have Michael's and Joann's in my city in multiple locations that, like, no. 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 And I love the color variations that I got from there. That's what makes me so sad. Like, they have colors that and yarn types that other places don't have. But, other places have better customer service. And, like, other places would be like, "Oh, you know what? For your trouble, hey, here's a discount." Or, "Hey, you know what? Your next visit's on us," or something like that. Most businesses do that. But you just saying, "Oh, yeah, we contacted the store manager. Have a great day." Yeah, no, that doesn't solve anything. That doesn't solve anything at all. And, it kind of shows how you appreciate your customers, in a way. Because, like, I don't know, I don't get side-eyed when I go into Michael's or Joann's, and I tend to go to the Joann's that's, like, far out from my house because they're bigger. And actually, the one that's close to that Hobby Lobby, went there. We don't get side-eyed when we go in there. We get to go in like any other customer, buy our materials, check out. The cashiers are friendly. Whoever's working there is friendly. We have gone to the one out in St. Peter's, and that is also not in my area. They do not side-eye us. They, even though, we aren't the majority that shop in these places, we still get treated like, we have money and we can shop, or, you know, something. I don't know. I feel some sort of way, and you can let me know if I'm wrong down in the comments, but yeah, no. No. That is so offensive in so many ways. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep going my happy crafty butt to Michael's and Joanne. And I am going to enjoy the fact that I have the option and the agency not to go to Hobby Lobby. And I know people like swear by it. They swear by this store and this chain. And that's cool and all for you guys, but for me it's a nah. It's a nah. And I mean, I have places online that I can go if I just want something unique and like different as far as yarn goes. So yeah, bye Hobby Lobby. Bye. No. No. And that's like, I don't know, I don't usually like to hold on to stuff, but that's, I don't know, that was kind of, I don't know, it felt kind of personal sometimes, you know. I, anyway, maybe in the future they'll change, maybe, but it would take somebody else of like my ethnicity to tell me, hey, you know, they really not that bad anymore. And I'd be like, oh really, which one do you go to? And you know, they can tell me which one I might go, maybe, but in the near future I have no intention on doing so. I can find my fluffy pom-pom things, which are way up there and I cannot reach. I can find my fluffy pom-poms at Michael's and on Amazon. Amazon is wonderful. Prime is beautiful. That is one bill that I don't regret paying. Prime is beautiful. They have like 20 packs for $16. Can't beat that. Or is it 16 pack for 19? Look, it's cheap. So like, why sweat it? Michael's always has these, you know, the beautiful mandalas. I love them. So, you know, I'm good. I am so good. Speaking of Michael's, I went to Michael's today. I almost forgot while I'm beginning to rant about drama lobby. I'm going to show you the few things I got. I didn't get anything huge. I haven't really done... Okay, this was my huge yarn run. I have more yarn than I can store right now. I'm working on that because, again, I'm turning out things for inventory and commission. But yeah, so I'm going to show you guys the few things that I got, and then I'm going to stop recording so I can actually work on my blanket, because I realize that I like to look and talk with my hands in this whole thing. I don't know how you other podcasters do it. You guys are skilled. I have to talk with my hands. So, okay, gonna show you what I got. I'm going to start using this setting every single time I do a podcast now. I just like how it looks. Like it works well with my light. The intensity isn't too high, so I don't look like a tomato. And it's not too dark. It's just beautiful. The color balance. I'm in love. Anyway, gonna show you guys what I got. So I'm gonna move this guy. And if you guys are wondering real quick what yarn I'm using, I am using Red Heart. You guys, if you follow any of my tutorials ever, you'll know that Red Heart is like my go-to yarn. Yes, I realize some of it is rough, like the red one. Oh, it's rough, but if you wash it or you soak it, let it dry, it softens up. It's been pretty good for me. So yeah, I'm using Red Heart Super Saver along with Red Heart with Love in its old packaging. Yes, I've had this for a minute. Let's not. Okay, what did I get from Michael's? Okay, so you guys can't really see, and I guess I'm not really liking this color, this particular color. My phone is ringing and I can't reach it. Oh well. I got this green. I got this beautiful green. And it's called Kelly Green. It is one of Red Heart's. It's impeccable. Loops and Threads impeccable. And I love this brand of yarn. I use it a lot for my knitting tutorials. Yes. So this lets you know that I haven't given up on my knitting tutorials, aside from what I mentioned earlier. I love this yarn. It's a good alternative to what am I trying to say? Red Heart. I'm sorry, the buzzing of my phone is distracting me. Loops and threads. Anyway, I'm gonna stop zoning out. Anyway, loops and threads. I got Kelly Green because green, this shade, I don't have it. I would try to stack it up in this corner, but that's, you know what? Nope, not gonna do that. I got this purple. It's like a dusty purple. They call it amethyst. It's also loops and threads, impeccable. I got like 2 or 3 skeins of this. No, I got 3. I got 3 of these bad boys. Why, you might ask? Because I actually have a plan for it. So I'm gonna make a heart blanket, and because this has like a lot of yardage, it's 285 yards per skein. So I'm like, okay, if I use these 3 for the background, and then I have these purples up here that I can make like a gradient heart with, I want to do that so bad. And hopefully I'll have time to do it between now and between all my commissions in February. I don't know when I'm going to start putting those listings up, but relatively soon, because, yeah, Valentine's Day stuff is already out. Like, why? Like, it was out before New Year's. There was no reason for that. But anyway, I got those. I got more of this landscape yarn in Desert Spring because I, again, am working on a commission. I'm working on gloves right now. And I may or may not need more of it, but I might just make myself a scarf out of it if I have leftovers, because it's such a beautiful colorway. I love this colorway. The one thing about being the crafty in the house, like my mom, she's like, I want to borrow your hooks, and I'm like, okay, you can borrow my hooks. But that's what she was calling me for. She was calling me for my hooks, and I'm like, I'm recording, please. Please. But okay, I'm going to show you guys these last few skeins so I can get up and get those hooks. Anyway, I got this really pretty like baby blue, and they call it Blue Haze. Again, loops and threads, impeccable. Don't ask me why I got this shade. I just don't have a lot of blue on my shelf. Like, y'all can't even see it there. I don't have a lot of blue, and I know you guys see the skein. You guys see the skein. That was from the haul from last year, and that is the like only blue that I have. Well, that one and this one are like the only blue, solid blues that I have. So I really wanted to add into my blues because, again, spring is coming and blue is popular. So I don't know what I'm going to be making with it, but I'll be making something, and it'll be wonderful, because that is all I make, wonderful things. And I look forward to that. I also got this shade of like a green blue. It is, they call it, okay, it's sea green, but it's more blue than green. Like, come on, it's more blue than green. It's like a robin's egg blue. Come on, know your colors. Anyway, I look forward to using this probably in, actually I saw these sitting next to each other, and I'm like, I could use them together. They would be so beautiful. So I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but I'm going to use them. This was kind of one of those unexpected, again, things that I wasn't expecting to do. Like, when I went and got this stuff, I knew I was going to more than likely buy stuff I didn't need, and that was okay. This I had no intention on doing today. None. I got like this royal blue, which they call royal. Good job. They call this royal blue. It's very beautiful, very rich. Probably going to end up using a lot of this yarn for tutorials, because that swatch bucket, guys, I'll show you this swatch bucket. It's right here. I'll show you in just a minute. Is that all in this bag? Yes, that was the last thing in my bag. So I guess I can show you guys this before I get up, before I stop. These. And these are not all of my swatches. Like, there's some of my swatches that are on my desk right now because I have failed to put them away. In the time that I have been crocheting for you guys, these are all the swatches. And I have like over 150 videos on the channel, so maybe I'll use this for my thumbnail instead. Because this is just a lot of swatches. So whenever y'all hear me talking about my swatch bucket, these things used to be hanging on the wall behind my chair at my desk. I needed a bucket. Now I need like a basket, so I'll probably be putting it in the basket that's up here on this shelf that you guys can't see. because I'm on the floor. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling. Leave me some comments below. You can chat, leave me some feedback. I don't know. Don't forget to head over and enter my contest. So you have like until the 10th at midnight. I will actually be out of town on the 10th. So I will be, yeah, I'll be closing that off at midnight. And again, I'll do the drawing at the end of January, and we'll see who the lucky winners are. So until next time, guys, happy making.